Hi guys, welcome to my stream. This is day 21 of my React app development. The app I'm developing is a transform app. So what I'm currently doing, let me start everything first with yarn start. This will start the app and this will start Cypress tests. So what I'm doing now, I'm finishing some layout uh, layout work. I'm doing some styling fixes. Okay, it's still starting. Okay, these are our Cypress tests. Actually call this page load spec because I probably wanted another file for actions, but all the tests end up being in the page load spec. Okay, so now it loaded. That's what we are having now. Yesterday I changed the layout so that now we have output on the right and input on the left. Before we had output under transforms. And I think it looks much better. But this one thing I still need to fix. I need to make transforms panel about the same width as the input and output panels together. Let me check if it's really the transforms panel issue. So what I'm having several flex boxes. So this is one flex box. This is another flex box here. Actually everywhere, and this is also a flex box. So there are multiple flex boxes which are aligned neatly. So somehow this transforms element has okay, that's the problem. It has a width 80% of the screen width. So that's what I need to remove from command panel. Okay, now I think I can close the terminal. I make text bigger so that you can see it better on small screens. So let me check now where I have the theme. So one thing I'm using is Material UI. They're suggesting to use CSS and JS option. This option is rather interesting. I have never met it before, so it's the first time I'm using it. So one thing you can do here, you can't globally assign CSS to classes. You need to assign them to actual elements. So if you want some global CSS, you need to do these changes in the theme. So I'm creating a theme here. Here is my theme. And here I'm assigning different CSS to this. And here is this width, 80% of screen width. I do not really want this, so I will remove this. And let's see how it looks now. Yeah, it looks a little better. Somehow I would like it to take more space. Maybe input and output height might be bigger. Okay, so this is our input and output panels. This is their parent, which contains them both, input and output, right? It is called top panels container. Width, height, display flex, flex direction row, justify content, space between. Let's say I will change height to 25. How will it look? Let me look at that in the actual browser window instead of Cypress browser. So that's how it looks. I think actually this is a bug. I just now noticed it. So we have a spec which tells us to set output encoding to the encoding which is set for the last transform. There are some default encoding which is set at the output of each transform type. So for AES encrypt, AES decrypt, and none. For AES encrypt, it is set to base 64. For AES decrypt and none, it is set to UTF-8. The point is, none is actually isn't doing anything. So I think correct way would be to set it to last transforms output encoding, which is not none. So we first need to find the last transform element which is not none, and only then we should set our default output encoding. I think this is an issue. I think we could write a spec for this right now. That's a good example of how we should be doing bug fixing. Change layout, right, I was doing change layout first. Hold on, let me finish with change layout and then we will check that bug. Maybe 30 would be good. What do you think? But somehow, why there is scroll bar here? I'm afraid scroll bar is coming from some margins. Okay, even if I remove all padding, all margins, still scroll bar is coming. I don't completely get this, but okay, this is .app padding. It's coming from here. Okay, so this I will set to 30. And I still have some CSS in app.css, which is, I think they were set. No, I think I set it some time ago. I will remove this padding because padding has an issue I found. If you add padding to an element, it is not considered part of its size, that is, of its width or height, which might lead to multiple issues like scroll bars appearing, items overlaying each other. This all might happen because of padding. So better use margin on contents instead of padding. That's my advice. Okay, I think now it looks moderately fine. I will also add an app bar on top, but let's first check this issue we just found. Okay. What is the number? I wonder. 32, I think, was the latest. Yeah, I think 32 was the latest. I think I should have gone with GitHub issues actually. GitHub issues has all this, but somehow I didn't know that GitHub issues were so good. I could have done this in GitHub issues instead. So in progress, 33. When the user, okay, given that the first transform is set to be AES encryption, element AES encrypt, first transform element type is set to AES encrypt. I think I don't need this. When the user clicks the add transform button to when none transform button, a new non transform should appear, and output encoding should still remain, should still have value base 64. Again, I'm explaining what this means. Given that we set first to AES encrypt, right? Here, automatically, because we set AES encrypt, automatically encoding will be set to base 64, right? Now, given that the first transform elements type is set to AES encrypt, when the user clicks the add transform button, we're clicking add transform button, this button, okay? A new non-transform should appear. This happening, and output encoding should still have value by 64, but this is not happening. You see, output encoding is set to text because our last transform is text. So that's a good idea to fix this now. So first let's open list of our tests. Latest one, actually latest one is 32, this one is 33, correct. I found an issue, by the way. I use promises here, but it looks like because of these promises now now SCI is not building latest version. Only recently I noticed this, so I should actually also change these promises to callbacks. This would look a little awful, but what can you do? So number 33. A new non-transform should appear and output encoding should still have value base 64. Okay. Now number 33. Okay, what we should start with? We should set first transforms element type to AES encrypt. And then I think so let's do sci get. Transform element type. This is the thing which we usually do first thing here. So this select we are setting to AES encrypt, right? Now that we set it to AES encrypt, we do a what? Let's check the second clause. When the user clicks add transform button. So we should click add transform button. This button, we already clicked it before. So now let's click the add transform button. We are using the selector and we are doing the click. A new non-transform should appear and output encoding. So new non-transform. So transform element. It means its length should equal to. So now we should have length 2 and second transform element q1. This means take element with index 1, which means second element, and find, and here we need to find our encoding, no, not encoding drop down, selection drop down. So just select. There will be just single select anyway. Find select should have value UTF-8. Let's check it now. I will make this the only test for now. Given that the first transform elements type is set to yeah, everything's correct. So expected it to be UTF-8, but the value was none. Oh no, what am I just checking? Here, this encoding we expect to be base 64. Yeah, I was checking incorrect thing. Yeah, actually here we have it even. Instead of checking this encoding dropdown, I was checking this transform type dropdown, which is wrong actually. Although it also failed, but it would never succeed anyway. Should have value base 64. And here also, after first, it should have, after we first changed to AES encrypt, it should already be base 64, and after we added new transform, it should still be base 64. Let's try now. Okay, yeah. Now this is correct. Expect this to have value base 64, but instead it has UTF-8, right? So now let's go and fix this. I need to go to the reducer for that. So where do I do this actually? I don't completely remember. So when new element is added, for example, transform added, last transform. Yeah, this actually is set. I think I could have a separate method which does this. Function set default output encoding. I will take state. And that's it. I don't need anything but state. So first we want to look for last transform. Now I would do it like this. Do last transform index. I would set it to state transform length -1. Now we are getting the transform. Last transform index. Yeah, no, we just can get it here. If okay, we'll do it like this. And we do this while I think I don't even need this. I only need it here. While transform index is greater than 0. I think just while we still have a transform here, or ID options type. or what? Or its type is none. Or not and. So once we found this last transform index, but it's possible that we don't have any last transform. If there is no last transform, we can also return same state, although we don't have to, because it's mutating the state anyway. So if we don't have this last transform, then we should take input encoding. Yes, state output encoding will be equal to state input encoding. Hold on, while. So we will be checking while. Oh, once again, we should stop this if state equals none. So we should continue it if state is not none. Oh no. I'm a little lost. So every loop we are taking previous index. The idea is that we are having multiple transforms, right? Transform, let's say we have transform as encrypt, as decrypt, and then we might have two non-transforms, right? So what we are doing, we are taking last index, which is this, right? So I'm taking length of this array is 4, so I'm taking 4 as the beginning, then I'm decrementing it by 1, so this is the same as saying last transform index minus 1, another way of saying this. Okay, we're decrementing it by 1, so I got 4, now I got 3 element, then we're getting element with index 3, this is the element with index 3, and we are running it again if this element equals none, or if transform index is there, which is actually is wrong. We should not continue if it is there. Actually, we should stop. So normally this would be enough. However, we should take into account that we might have all none here. We might have 4 non-elements, right, in the beginning. And in this case, it should stop if it gets to minus 1. I can just do it like this. Yeah, I think this is fine. So basically, if last transform index gets to minus 1, then we will immediately stop. And then this will be undefined, I think. Can you index an array with negative value? I think you can. It might be wrapped around because it might be considered unsigned, but I'm not completely sure. Anyway, I think this should work. Set default output encoding. Now that I have a function for this, I can just run it on new state like this. That's it. Set. Let me check output encoding. Yeah, only here I'm setting it. Yeah, here of course too, or here when we add transform. Now let's check if it helped. Yeah, no, it helped. You can see, right? Pretty good now. If I remove this, then it's also automatically convert to text. Yeah, so this issue now is fixed. Which is rather good. Oh, now, what did I want to check today also? I still have 25 minutes. Define spec for app bar. So what this app bar is going to do? I think for the beginning we might just have an app bar with a menu with a single about option, but this will mean that I also will need a pop-up because some about pop-up is needed, right? So it gets to a little. Where is this spec? I have spec actually here, but I haven't been adding latest changes, so now I think it should be 34 now. I can call this app bar. When the user loads the page, or when the page loads, I think this is fine. The user should see an app bar. And the user should see an app bar. An app bar. I think this is fine. 34, this is fine. I can even give it an ID. ID will be, let's say, TRS app bar. Okay. Page loads, the user should see a menu button or in the leftmost part of the app bar. Okay. Okay. When the menu button ID equals TRS app bar menu button, I can call it. When the user clicks the app bar menu button, they should see a pop-up saying let's say author Andrei Chernikov. I don't know, this is the most basic part. Also, hold on, I would like to add, apart from menu button, I would like to add when the page loads, the user should see a GitHub icon to the right of the menu button. GitHub icon. ID equals TRS up bar GitHub button. And 37, when the page loads, the user should see a Twitter, let's say Twitter icon. ID equals TRS app bar Twitter button to the right of the GitHub icon. Okay, now when the user clicks the app bar menu button, they should see a pop-up saying author Chernikov Andrei. Okay, maybe text transformer author Andrei, maybe something else too. So basically a pop-up should open. ID equals TRS about. Oh no, this should happen when we click about button. Click the add bar menu button. They should see clicks the app bar menu button. They should see what? They should see a drop down with a single option about open. And ID, we can give it an ID TRS menu app bar about. When the user clicks the about option in the menu drop down, in the top bar menu drop down, they should see a pop-up, blah blah blah, right? So now when the user clicks the GitHub, where is GitHub? The GitHub icon, they should be moved to the GitHub repo page. Where is this page? This page. And when the user clicks the Twitter icon, D equals TRS app bar. Where is the Twitter button? Twitter button, yes. Twitter button. No, not they should be moved. A GitHub repo page should open in another tab, I think. A Twitter page should open in another tab. My Twitter page. So this one should open in another tab. Okay, so for a bar we have 34 specs. I would add them now. Here, 34. 35, 36, 37, 36, I think. 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. Okay, I think now this should be done. Now we still have some time, so I could start doing this. 34. When the page loads, the user should see an app bar. So let's go to our Material UI help. To our Material UI help. And here I would like to check app bar. So this is the app bar we need. Something like this. Yeah, I think these icons could be on the right instead on the left, like and here we can have name of the app, right? Let's check how they do it. So I would need app bar and toolbar. I think I can have a separate component for this. Yes, stream again not looking good today. I don't know. Don't know how can I make it better. So anyway, a bar. I will create a separate component for this. I will call this app bar. So app bar component. I was suddenly remembering Angular, where you create components from command line. That's why I opened terminal and was trying to do ng and was remembering what I need to do, generate component to type, and then I remembered that I was on React. So this stuff happens. Component name app bar. So now I need to import app bar. App bar and probably toolbar too. What? Why is that? Yeah, because I call this. Okay, app bar component. I should have called it not just app bar. Because there was a name clash. I also named component app bar, so that's why. Now we could create this app bar position static toolbar. Let me just copy what we have here and see where it goes. Typography and icon button also there. I need to typography. I think I need to basically import everything more or less. Classes menu button, classes title. So let's get classes. Classes they get from these make styles. Yeah, we will need make styles anyway for our purposes too. So let us get it from there. Let's get what they have already. Whatever styles they have, we can reuse it for now. So let's get these classes. And we can make here, actually even before I did it, I should have created test 34 heat only, and I should have added it here. So this one is very easy, just Cypress get. We already have ID, which it will have TRS up bar. So we just doing a selector and adding should exist, and that's it. 34, right? And I think same thing we can do with 35, pretty much same thing. So side.get, and here ID is TRS, a bar menu button. Also we can add here, we can make them both only. And make them exist. And they should exist here. Okay, let me close developer tools and restart Cypress. So 35 is not working, of course. What about 34? Why 34 is not running? Okay, only the last one's running, I think. We'll start with 34. So let us go to a bar component again and give it class name. Class name, according to our spec, should be TRS bar. So I'm giving, no, it's not class name, it's ID. I'm giving it this ID. Yeah, but it's not having, no, it's taking ID. Okay, so now let us add this to our main screen component, I guess. Here I can add app bar. Just like this is fine enough. But somehow I don't see anything changing. I think this might be because I added a new component. I don't see anything, any app bar appearing, do you? Because I don't. Is there any app bar here which I don't see? Let's check. Yeah, actually there is. Some app bar is really there, which we don't see. It has width, but it doesn't have any height. And this is interesting. So app bar is not having any height because of this. I'm not seeing it. point. Why do they see it here though? They're giving us CSS, right? Let me look again. Okay, it has some classes root which I'm not setting. Yeah, they're setting this class name to classes root, which I'm not doing. I could try to do this. Let's try. No, this is not helping. I don't know how this is supposed to work. Because right now it doesn't look like it's working. Anyway, I think it's time now. So app bar, I will check. Yeah, this app bar, same app bar we see here, GitHub repository. You see that's what I would like to do. I would like to add GitHub repository. Maybe I don't even need about. I'll just need GitHub repository, Twitter, and I can have maybe some text with the name of the app. Anyway, I will check app bar tomorrow. So for now, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more if you like it, and like, leave comments. Thank you.